Hi, Miss Seglin here. I wanted to make this video for a long time. 10 ways to be more successful at remote learning. We're now kind of in phase 2 of remote learning. And for some people, honestly, it is not getting any easier. It seems to be getting harder. And at first, I was really confused as to why that is. Now, I have done what they call e-teaching before, and I didn't really like it. Even though I love computers, I love making videos, I like making electronic resources. The thing I didn't like is, it was hard to reach out to people, to get to know your students, and to connect with them. When I came across this quote down here, it really made even more sense because it says 9/10 of education is encouragement, and that's really true. In the classroom, we're walking around. I used to be able to walk around. Now, I legitimately cannot leave my laptop, or the remote students can't hear me. So I do have to basically sit in front of my laptop, when I'm talking, because I have, remote students at home, and half of our hybrid, and then half in the room. So, I can't walk around like I used to. I can't point to somebody's paper and say, hey, try this, or, you can do this, or, the things that students liked about school was, working with their classmates, doing group projects. We used to try to make things as hands-on as possible, and now we can't do that. We can't have you touch things, we can't have you share things, we can't have people close together. So all of the things I think people liked are now things that we can't do. So even when the school year began, I thought I was going to be able to use my Bitmoji classroom and do all these things. I don't have time. So I did make all these Bitmoji classrooms, and I have not used a single one because I just don't have time. So although things don't always turn out the way we want them to, we still can't give up now. We have to keep going. So here are some tips. I hope they help you, and let me know if there's any I should add to the list or take out, and what you think of number 1, which is like my favorite one. So the first tip I have for you is, a lot of people log in the morning and then they seem to go back to sleep, or they leave. So you're logged in, are you staying awake? You're not going to do well unless you're awake. Our classes now are synchronous, so we're doing them together. So when, we do a test together in class, you are to be doing it during that class period. For some reason, that's not happening. I don't know what people are doing. At my school, we're not allowed to say you have to turn your camera on, and I understand that's a good thing with, the bandwidth, because that takes up a lot of, internet, and also, some people might not want to show their camera. Maybe, they're sharing a room, or they're not dressed or whatever. And that's fine, but stay awake, because as you know, I do a thing called, the Wheel of Names. And when you get called on it, and you don't answer, and I'm like, hello, are you there? Are you there? Basically, that's wasting everybody's time. So, if you do have to step away, for whatever reason, you can type in, be right back in the chat or something like that, just so we're not all waiting on you. But again, you should be participating in the class just as you would be at school. So again, stay awake. That's tip number 10. 9 is one I have been telling people and parents whose students are not doing well. You might have to go get a binder or a notebook, put some paper in it, get a pen or a pencil you like to write with. Research has shown that when you're physically writing, not just typing on a computer, that can help your brain remember. I would keep one notebook per subject. And, do you have a place where you can write? When, people are in their bed, on their laptop, kind of hunched over, maybe you don't have space. So maybe it would help to sit at a table or a desk, at least while you're writing. I would write down the due dates, important information, tests, all that stuff is posted online. And if you miss something, that's okay. Ask. Don't forget about your notes then. Even after you take them, though, I think it would help you remember better. You can use them during a test, or I'm going to change that to class discussion. Okay, you want to be an active learner. That's going to help you. Just sitting there not paying attention does not help you. And this, again, connects to the next thing when you reread text and rewatch videos. So when we're doing a story in class, here's some tips. Good readers often reread parts of the text. They don't always get it the first time. That's okay. If you've lost your focus, it happens to everybody. That's okay. Go back and reread. If you're taking notes, that will help you too. If you have the capacity to print things out, or you have a printed copy, previous weeks, we've been trying to give people packets. I don't think they're really using them, but if you want something printed out, let me know. I will try to get that to you, because it might help you to be able to write on the paper. I don't know. You have to do what works for you. And when you're watching videos, in online learning, obviously I record everything. Other teachers do. There are videos out there on the same topics that you can watch. You want to be an active learner. You want to take notes. If you don't understand something, that's okay. But, write down the question and ask it. When I'm watching a video, even if it's a brain pop or a vocabulary or something like that, I often have to stop the video and rewind it. And also, I'm taking notes as I'm watching the video. I have to watch the video more than once. Once just doesn't cut it. And use the closed captioning if that helps you. You can watch the words. I think that helps me get more from the video. And then sometimes I might Google another, or look up on YouTube other videos on the same topic. Okay, if that's going to help me. Here's ask questions. I just left this chart here and just typed in all these random things, because good students are not afraid to ask questions. You can ask, why do we have to learn this? You have that right. We should be able to tell you why we are doing what we are doing. Set a purpose for learning. That's going to help you make connections, because learning is connecting new things to things that you already know. And we use Microsoft Teams. You can raise your little virtual hand. I try to keep 3 screens up so I can see the hands, see the chat, and then share my screen on one. You can ask another person, if what's happening. If you don't want to ask in front of the whole class, you can private chat. Some people have their parents nearby. They can ask them questions. There is also this thing called Google. You can type your question in and see what happens. Search for it. But again, write down those questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. You are certainly welcome to. Now, when we have directions and I even type things in the chat right below, people will ask the same questions. So I'm just to the point where I just say read above, read above, read above. So again, ask, but again, you could probably read the resources you have, before you start asking questions. And feedback. On our team's assignments, I try to give you feedback on your assignments. Okay, and I do have that capitalized because in Microsoft's assignments is a category section. So please read my comments. Read the comments and use them for your next assignment. That might improve your grade. Okay, I'm not just typing all this stuff up for my good health. It's for you to be able to learn things and use those in the future. And here's a big one, communicate. You might always just see me, half of my face because I have to teach wearing the mask, but don't be afraid to communicate. So there is what I sort of look like. There's me right there. And don't be afraid to tell me if something comes up. The unexpected could happen. People have lost their internet. People's computers have malfunctioned. People have had family issues. They maybe had to go on a sudden trip or something happened. That's okay. Just try to let us know. Parents can call the school. You can chat us. You can email us. Don't be afraid to communicate. Because, I'm chatting people. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you take your test? do you need help? And then I find out, X, Y, and Z happened, which is fine. But, if you would have told me that in the beginning, we could have communicated about it, and, you could have had more time or not rushed to do something that you weren't prepared to do. Okay, and again, you can talk to your peers. It's not cheating to ask, friends for ideas, email, call, chat, or talk in person if you're uncomfortable talking in your class. Again, you can always private chat or email your teachers if you don't want to communicate in that general chat. Okay, and get to know your platform. We use Microsoft Teams. And again, I've been using this now for a while, and I sometimes still have problems navigating it. So, sometimes when I make my screen bigger, I lose some of these, and then they're in like a drop down box. Once you kind of really practice with it, you get better and you waste less time like clicking all over the place. But again, don't be afraid to read the post on the general channel. I'm making all these announcements. Very few people read them. Sometimes I even put, give a thumbs up if you've read this, and I get like 1 thumbs up in 5 classes. So again, get to know your platform, use it, and that will help you, kind of navigate through things a little bit better. This is huge. Participate in class. Yes, you have to pay attention in order to do this. So what I often say is, raise your little orange hands, because we do have orange hands in Teams. If you are ready to, do the assignment, or you know what you're doing, raise your hands. Do I get everybody raising their hands? No. Like, again, some people, maybe they had to step away for a legitimate reason. We've had people with pet issues that they've had to leave the class. They've had parents call them away. They've had, sibling issues, or again, there might be reasons you legitimately have to step away, but I'm sure, 95% of the time you should be focused on the class and participating. This means ask questions, write down things, do your assignments is a huge one. Every day we're asking you to turn in assignments in Microsoft Teams, and then I look and maybe 66% of the people have done it. There are days we go through and give extra credit for the class. I'm not sure what class it was, but for the one where you did the 3 emoji summaries about the 2 stories, Zoo and Hey You Come On Out, I gave you 2 bonus points if you did that correctly and turned it in. So again, that's just doing what you're supposed to be doing in the class. And the last but not least, this is my biggest one: follow directions. They're not optional. We write them for a reason. So everything we do, we're giving you directions. And again, simple directions. We're trying not to overwhelm you with this text, but no one is really reading them. People are asking, well, how many points is the test? Well, right there it says 13. Why can I only take this selection test once? Well, the answers pop up and they're open book, and we typically go over every single answer with you. So yes, do we have redo assignments? Yes, but they can be quite extensive. So your best bet is to try to just do a good job and do what we're asking you the first time. And following directions, I think, is going to help people really do much better at remote learning. So I'm really sorry. I wish we could get back, to everybody being back 5 days. And I know, a lot of people would like that. I don't know when that's going to happen, but until it does, you can still be successful. So, if you're having problems, reach out, let us know. We will do what we can. And again, like I always say, go to, my YouTube channel. I try to record everything I possibly can for you. Do you have to maybe look for the videos? Sure, but sometimes we also give you the links, okay? I try to give you the directions. So, you can just watch the directions. How to get on the online textbook. There's a video of it there. There's people that still can't do that. So I can't come through and do it for you on your computer. All I can do is, give you the resources that we have to share. So again, reach out if you are struggling, and believe me, we will try to help you, because it's very frustrating, to be on our end and just not being able to, encourage people like we normally would. Okay? So thanks for watching. I hope this helped. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. If you like this video, as always, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell to subscribe. If you have any other video ideas that I could make to help you out, let me know. All right, thanks for watching, guys.